Hey guys, hope everybody's having a good day. We'll start out today. We're going to be working and reviewing on this Mecanil. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you, I've actually spent part of this morning watching Wrecker Rick with Murphy's Diesel as I was eating breakfast and stuff. He's got about a 2-hour video out there on his LSRV truck retrieval, two big military Hemet. And I didn't watch it all at once. I kind of skipped around a little bit, but good video. If you haven't watched his channel, I'd recommend it. Not sponsored by it. I only bring it up because that guy has got a ton of patience. And his family's got a ton of patience. And this thing is a saint compared to what he's gone through. But it still tests my patience. So anyways, let's jump into this and get going. All right, so we're 3 trees in. The boom's done pretty good. We did a big maple out behind Mom and Dad's. We did an ash for one of their neighbors down the road that I'd already done some tree work for. And then we did another maple for their neighbor right beside them that I grew up with their family. So all paying jobs except for Mom and Dad's. But good testing of the saw, so I'll let you know what I like, what I don't, what we broke. So let's start with what we broke. We broke this fitting right here. Comes off the back of this hydraulic cylinder with like a banjo fitting. It's kind of weird. You can see the part number there. About a $50 part roughly. I have to get this loom off. Looks like it comes down here somewhere. Not too bad to replace. Doesn't look like. A couple things I don't like, I'll already tell you, is we're rubbing pretty good here when the saw is closed. As it closes, this all moves backwards. So these lines and everything could tend to roll. There's a little valve block in here. That all needs to roll forward a little bit. This line here rubs this corner pretty good. It doesn't move a ton, but let's see here. You can kind of see this line here is rubbing right here. Again, as this all clamp moves, this rubs. Not a huge fan of the way some of this is set up, but so far so good. From a flow standpoint, the saw is maybe a little marginal. It'll saw good, and then any kind of real resistance, it won't go out, and then it will snag and hang. I've already sharpened the chain once, so that did help it a lot. But this boom has got all 8mm line on it, and actually somebody's gone through and replaced some of them with 3/8, but majority of all this line's 8mm. It's 8mm ID hose. You've got a fitting inside of that the hose has to crimp onto, so you're down probably under 1/4 inch of true flow. So a little marginal, really 1/2 inch line would be better. The tubes are all 1/2 inch or 12mm, so they do pretty good at least. I'm gonna have to go through and redo some of these hoses to when they retract, they lay in the tray better, but so far so good. Let's get this hose repaired and maybe have a big job tomorrow. I'll film that one, which we're gonna be right out in the middle of a road. It's not gonna be fun, so let's get into it. But before we get to working on this, we need to put this truck on the battery charger. For some reason, not last night, the night before, my son had a football game out of town. My daughter had a football game in town. She does flag in 4th grade. And close this up. But when my wife and daughter got home late that night, they said they could see lights flashing in the backyard, and they were concerned somebody was back here. Turns out the flashers on this thing were going. It didn't seem like the switch was activated though. But of course that has drained the battery, so. Ow. Hey, there's a mirror there. Come on now. I'm not a huge fan of this style of batteries. These are relatively new, February of 24 batteries. AGMs. Whatever they did to them, they're not surviving very long, so. Let's nice as a disconnect. Let's get a charger on it, get it charged up for a while. It's pretty bad. I can't even remember where I bought this Shoemaker charger from. It's the SC1324. It does pretty good. If I can get it to turn on. There we go. See the little on button? And I just hooked diagonal across the batteries with them still hooked up. Some people say you might not supposed to do that, but it works for me. Yeah, like I say, in the first part of a project, you just got to be prepared to spend money like it might be going out of style sometimes. Because really, I've got too much money wrapped up in this thing not to have it up and going. Alright guys, I have spent so much time working on stuff, I've got tools scattered everywhere. I probably spend more time looking for tools than I do working. And that is getting to be a problem. I don't know where my big wrenches went. So, I think I gotta crescent wrench and some small wrenches. Hopefully we can make this happen. Let's see which one. Of course it's going to be the lower left corner. That is the hardest to get to. Gotta be crapping me, man. Got to be crapping me. This wrench is about too big. Snap-on doesn't fit. We'll see about the old Craftsman. I think the Craftsman will fit for some reason. Don't know why, but it does. There we go. Better go get some pads. Alright, had to mechanilize my Craftsman a little bit here. See if that'll work. Otherwise I'm going to have to cut the end off this thing to make it an open end. There we go. That got to get a bit more turn. All right. The old Craftsman took one for the team. This isn't a 17 millimeter either. It's 17's close. But again, most of my other wrenches are somewhere else. So it's just the way it goes. Oh, these things are tight. Come on. Don't know why. And this one can't have any pressure on it. You're not going to free spin this one on and off. Ten years later, could be designed a little better maybe. Here's that goofy fitting. I don't know what they are, but not impressed. See if the old crescent wrench will do the trick. Okay, seemed like 10 years later, but I got these two done. So this one is the one I had to replace. Had to get this one out of the way, because even with this, you just can't get a... If this little bulkhead plate was up a little higher, make all the difference in the world. Then we got this little line here sort of bouncing around. We'll zip tie it up. And I don't know, I still wonder why these are on this side. I think they'd be better on the other side, but who knows. Okay, let's see if it works. Get her up off the ground, clamp her up. Pressure. No leaks. I'll get you guys off here. So I'm running her on slow. That's how that thing rubs the whole way. Don't like it. Let's go over here too. It actually hits that metal fitting right there. I'm gonna see if I can work on that. That's not a good assembly there. See if she'll tilt. Put you guys down. Gotta hook the battery up. There we go. I just stole my Alltech straps. I just keep this right here. It works well for me. Alright, now we'll tighten up or check the belt.
Gonna bring up green beans that's frozen in the freezer. Check it out.
Let's check the belt after an hour. We're well over an hour. Goodness.
I've ordered you extra one of those suckers.
Probably. Still good and tight. Okay. Belt was tight. Just tighten the saw chain. Basically just pop these two loose. These two big nuts, break them loose. Grab this. This is an eccentric. Same size, you pull it to yourself, it extends the bar out. Easy peasy. Yep. We should be ready for another job in the morning. Get her racked up. I do need to try and tighten this fitting right here. It seems like it's leaking just a little bit. And then we're ready to go. Get another job out of the way. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, more to come.